Final remarks on Amendment 3239.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I'm still feeling a little tingly from getting the ruling that this was germane. I appreciate the good discussion. The points have been made by Senator Yoakum and Senator Hogue. Senator Greinbrink, we don't see this as political. Overseeing the expenditure of public taxpayer dollars, we think it's our job. We think it's our job. We think that's why we're here. As I said in my open, while I agree with Senator Hogue, I think the governor has mismanaged the pandemic. I think she's actually, there's a handful of things I disagree with about how she spent the money. But it was about impossible for us, and you read off a list of all the things that money was spent on. It was about impossible for us in real time, the legislature, House and Senate, to track what was going on with the money. As I said, talk to the LSA. Well, we don't have any information from the governor's office. We see her press releases too. I guess we've spent this much on this thing, and then we'd have to track and actually see if the money was actually spent that way. And I don't think that's how we should operate with public dollars, whether they're state or federal dollars. I don't think we'd ever pass a bill here that gave the governor $500 million or $1 billion pot of money and just said, go and spend it on whatever you want. And if you want to report to us at any, once a month or once a year, feel free. But we would never do that with our own state resources, would we? That's what the budget process is about. We have rules about it. She has to get approval from the legislature on certain things, on many things. So this is federal money. We should treat it the same way, Mr. President. Doesn't matter if it's state or federal. We want accountability. And there were a few things that the money was spent on that I didn't agree with. The Workday contract, but we should have spent our own money on that. I think we learned that that was what happened. She spent about $400,000 on salaries of people in her office. And there were contracts, it seemed like, with some of her political contributors. So there were a few things that maybe should have had a little bit more scrutiny. Had she known we were paying closer attention, maybe some of that wouldn't have happened. Simple amendment, Mr. President. Are we going to pay attention to the details on the expenditures of this $1.4 billion or not? If you want to pay attention, which is our duty, I would appreciate a yes vote. Thank you, Mr. President.
The senator from Johnson, Senator Bolkcom, moves the adoption of Amendment 3239 to House File 895, a record roll call.